Hello, this is Ammar Adel and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to learn how to write a successful argument. An argumentative essay is an essay in which you try to convince the readers with your point of view. As any other type of essay, there are some steps that you need to follow in order to write it professionally. These steps are defining your topic, doing the pre-writing activities, filling in the graphic organizer, writing your first draft, and finally proofreading your writing. However, let's be specific about writing an argument. The first step you need to do is to define your topic. What is the argument? What are you going to talk about? For example, you can say that you're going to talk about social media, pros and cons. So this is the topic. This is the argument that you're going to argue for or against. Here comes the second step, which is to determine your position. Are you going to argue for or against it? Are you with social media or against social media? Then you can do the pre-writing activities, for example, brainstorming. Brainstorming is to write down any relevant idea that comes to your mind. Without being careful about grammar or spelling, just write down anything that comes to your mind that may help you in writing. For example, if we're going to argue for the benefits of social media, we can write things like communication, making new friends, or something like online learning. Now you're done with the pre-writing activities, you can move forward for the next step, which is the graphic organizer. What is the graphic organizer? Simply, it's like a form that helps you organize your ideas that you're going to include in your essay. I've uploaded this file for you. You can download it from the video description below. Now let's start to fill in the needed information. You can see that our essay is divided into 4 paragraphs. The first one is the introduction, body 1, body 2, and the conclusion. For sure, you can add for your essay and you can add body 3, body 4 as you like. But what it doesn't change is the introduction at the beginning and the conclusion at the end. In this video, we will focus on introduction and how to write a good introduction for your argument. And in the next videos, we're going to talk about bodies and how to write the body and conclusion. So let's go for the introduction. There are 3 main things that you need to include in your introduction: hook, background, and claim. So what is the hook? The hook is like a great opening line that grabs the reader's attention to complete reading your essay. To understand more, let's compare these 2 statements. Which one of them is a perfect hook? The first one: social media websites have helped people to communicate more. Needless to say, people of the 18th century wouldn't believe that you can start a video call with your overseas relatives just with 1 click. That's interesting. As you can see, the second one is a good hook because it's interesting to read, but the first one, it doesn't work as a perfect hook. So try to find an interesting way to write your first statement or your hook. The second thing is to write a background about your topic. So here you're going to mention some information in general about social media. The third main thing that should be included in your introduction is the claim. You should state your claim. Honestly, there are many things that you need to consider while writing your claim. We may create a separate video about it later on, but now I just want you to focus on 2 things. Number 1, your claim should be debatable. It can be a fact, it should be something that we can argue about it, argue with or against. For example, let's compare these 2 claims. The first one: Mark Zuckerberg co-founded Facebook. That's not a debatable claim, it's a fact. We cannot argue about it. Second one: social media websites have made our world smaller. That's a debatable one. The second characteristic in your claim that it should be specific. Like this one is somehow general. Okay, so we need to make it more specific. So we can say, social media websites have made our world smaller because they help people to communicate with their overseas relatives and they provide a good chance to start a new relationship. You can see that in this persuasive thesis I have included my debatable position and also my main reasons. That's enough for today. In the next video, we're going to complete talking about writing our body paragraphs and the conclusion. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button in order to see the next videos.